Welcome to a special episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer. And as you can see, we are in my home office. Well, if you didn't know, this is my home office. We've got the Spartan helmet, bunch of books over there, bunch of paperwork. Let's see, what else we got? CDs that I have yet to listen to, or actually listen to a couple more times until they make the shelves behind me and the shelves in the hallway. Yeah, that is a 9-foot tower back there of music. I'm kind of a fan of music. I like music. I like music when I'm just doing research for properties, doing anything client related that doesn't require picking up the phone, making phone calls, stuff like that. I like to have music playing. I've tried podcasts and stuff, but it's just I can't concentrate on the podcast while I'm doing work stuff. Now, Darren Hardy talks about it on one of his podcast episodes. In fact, it wasn't too long ago that he talked about it. And it was a cool little test that he did. He put a video playing that you're watching, and at the same time you're watching this video and there's voiceover on the video, they had somebody else talking too. So it was like the way the video was, it had words on the screen that you had to read, and then somebody doing voiceover stuff as well. So obviously nothing was matching up. And his whole point of that was that you can't do multitasking, which is really true. You can't do multitasking. Anybody that says they can, you're not. You're going to be offset to one area over the other. You're better off just taking one task, finishing that one task, or having a block of time that's when you work on it, and then you move on to another task, block of time that you work on that task, and you do everything in blocks of time. We actually talk about this in rule number 11, work smart, not hard, to where your goal is to not have white space, because white space, as Grant Cardone says, is of the devil. You don't want white space on your calendar. You also want to make sure that whatever's in that calendar space, that time, so say from 7 to 7:30, you were going to be writing a blog, for example, or recording videos and uploading videos to different sites, or doing a CMA for a client in real estate, whatever the case may be, that's your task during that time. That's it. It's not, okay, I'm going to be doing the CMA, I'm going to be checking my email on the computer, and going to be on Facebook, because each time you do that, you're distracted away. It takes quite a bit of time to get refocused back onto it. There's a lot of studies saying how long it takes to refocus. I heard one, I could be off a few minutes on it, but not by much, but it's something like 18 minutes to get refocused on a task. That's kind of great. So, yeah, where was I going with that? Anyway, we're gonna have one task, I guess, is where I was going with that. Yeah. I want to show you one other thing. See that ladder over there? That's the only way that I can reach the top shelves over there. And that's all I wanted to say about the stuff behind me at the moment. We are going to be back in the studio recording a batch of podcasts here in the next week. I've already got some guests lined up. I'm waiting to hear back from one other, but I've got 3 lined up so far. So as long as nobody cancels, whatever, we're going to have a guest-filled batch of podcasts, as well as going to have Melissa on there for quite a few of them, where we normally talk about relationships when Melissa's on there. Dad's Rules is closing on around 100 episodes, and as you can tell, the podcast has changed quite a bit over time. The first 32? I believe it's the first 32 episodes are audio only, and they're very robotic because I did a lot of editing, and they're not like that anymore. If I screw up, if I brain fart, if I say that is staying in. If I say the wrong word, it's staying in. I probably make fun of myself, because that's just how we adapt and change over time. Is you realize that a lot of this stuff, it just doesn't matter. People rather see the real you. So we were talking about social media content on a podcast 95 with Dakota. And on that, we talked about how you're doing a lot of content to get attention. And I have people go, well, what are you getting attention for? Well, it can be literally for anything. It's so, like, if you're looking to get attention from, say, a certain drink company, Bang Energy Black Cherry Vanilla flavor, it's absolutely delicious. People go, why do you do that all the time? Well, silly, I'm trying to get their attention. Who do you want? Who do you think I want as a sponsor of my podcast, of my world? Bang Energy Drink. And why do I want Bang Energy Drink to be one of my sponsors? Because it's effing delicious. That's why. I mean, this tastes like black cherry and vanilla mixed together. And you know what that is? That's just absolutely yummy. Absolutely delicious. Has Ultra CoQ10 in it. Can't say that 10 times fast. EAA aminos, which must be good for you. It also says it will fuel your destiny. And it has super creatine, not the normal creatine, but it actually has super creatine, because who wants normal everyday creatine? So there's an example of me trying to get attention of a company, Bang Energy Drink. And guess what? It may have worked. Apparently there's paperwork I'm supposed to fill out to see if we're a good fit or not. So it has worked. We have garnered somebody's attention out of doing something like that. So whose attention are you trying to grab? If you're trying to grab the attention of your clients, which you should be if you own a business, what are you doing to get their attention? So you look at yesterday, post a video of a property, and the property shows, it's just a listing video. This listing video talks about the home, talks about the community, talks about the location, the restaurants, and showed the pool, the backyard, all the features of the inside, yada yada. The end, jumping in the pool, having a grand old time. Took clips out of the pool scenes and whatnot, made additional content out of that. What am I trying to do there? I'm trying to show how cool and fun this home is, market my client's home in a unique and different way, because it's not boring. I'm actually in the video, which a lot of agents do robotic talkovers with it. Not knocking them, at least they're doing a video. I'll give them that. I just wish that they'd put themselves in it. Good friend of mine in Fort Wayne, Indiana, just did a one where they're all Barbie characters. I love it. I think it's freaking awesome. I like the creativity of it. What are you doing to bring attention to your business? So that's what I want to talk about, is what are you doing to bring attention? For some people, I don't know about you, but I research every company out there when they say they've got a business, or just driving by. If I drive by a brick and mortar company and I want to know more about them, I'll Google them. And the sad thing is, a lot of them, I'm like, say a restaurant, for example. Some of those I'm even lucky if I can find a menu about the company. How crazy is that? You can't even find a menu on some of these sites. Absolutely nuts. There's others that I can't find reviews because there's no Google presence. There's no social. The social one, how do you have a business in 2023 and not have any social presence? How are you thinking that you're going to grow from 2023 to 2024 and beyond if you don't have social media presence? I think that a lot of businesses fail not because of the quote unquote economy, it's because they're not doing anything to put the news out about their business, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn, there's like no presence whatsoever on them. I have seen some companies that before I saw their social presence, I would have flat out said that is boring. And then they start putting content in and they've made it like exciting. I'll give you a couple examples. Okay, so a buddy of mine, actually one of my coaches. JVP, Jason Von Payne, owns he owns State 48 roofing, but he calls it sexy roof status. As far as, when he tags stuff, he goes hashtag sexy roof status. But he owns State 48 roofing. Before I knew anything about roofs, I just looked at them like, whatever, it keeps the weather out. But they do all these fun videos about it, and the production's amazing, just everything's cool. They give little tips on standing on roofs, explaining things and showing like defects that they find, just educating the public on it. And all of a sudden it's like, I can't help but think of roofs now and go, roofs are freaking sexy. And I also go, geez, my roof now is 23 years old. When I go to put a new roof on, which is going to be in the next year, I'm going to call Jason Von Payne at State 48 to put a new roof on, because I want to have a sexy roof status as well. So would that be happening if it wasn't for the fact that he runs all his socials right, towards constant contact between him and his employees, talking about roofs, educating on roofs? Now, and the funny thing is that I know him from all the social stuff he's posting. Just recently, they started advertising just to blow it to the next level. But before the advertising alone, they were already a $10 million company just off of having a social media presence. So does it work? Yeah. When other roofers, because I talked to another roofer the other day, to where he got out of the business last month. He got out of the business because nobody's buying roofs. And I know for a fact that Jason Von Payne did over $1 million in sales that month. So nobody's doing roofs. There's one company that did no social presence. I can't even tell you, and I personally know this person, I couldn't even tell you the name of this company. And then you got State 48, who did all this social media blitzing of it, even through freaking seminars, sales summits, masterminds, where he's running it. Everybody knows State 48's the guy that owns State 48's running it, getting his name out. Hell, his trucks are freaking wrapped. I got a wrapped truck too, hint, hint. So is nobody buying roofs, or is one doing it right and the other one's not doing it all? So whose fault is it that the one company went out of business and the other one's freaking killing it in less than 4 years in business, go from 0 to 10 million plus a year? And I won't be shocked in the next 2 years when they're doing 25 million a year, because all the evidence points to that. Because guess what they just did? They added in TV advertising and online advertising as well. So I'm like, okay, they're getting ready to blow it up because they did 10 million without any of this. What are they going to do with this additional avenues? Another example for you. Got a friend that owns a muffler shop. Mufflers seem pretty boring. You know what's not boring though? Seeing them put a car on a stand, filming a before video of how the exhaust sounded before they souped it up, and then showing it again once they souped it up. And go, yep, I can't wait to get my son's BMW down there to have them do that. I'm even thinking those blue tips that they put on the outside exhaust would look pretty badass on his BMW. And I think my son would agree. But anyway, it's like you look at it and you go, well, their business is absolutely blown up in the last year, because guess what they're doing? Their social media presence is on fire. They're getting the word out about their company and everything. If you're not making money right now and you want to blame the economy, that's fine. Go ahead and blame the economy. But what you need to do is ask yourself, did I do everything possible to make money, to get the word out about my company? Or am I just blaming the economy for something that I didn't really go all in on every potential avenue of getting the word out about my company? I ask myself that every day. When I fail to get a listing, I have to ask myself, did I do everything to promote myself correctly to that client that I was in front of? Did I give them a copy of my real estate book? So did I give them a guide to selling homes fast for top dollar? Yeah, say that 20 times fast as well. A Guide to Selling Homes Fast for Top Dollar. Did I give him a copy of that? Did I give him a copy of a case study showing how I helped a client? You know, here was a challenge that they were facing. Here was a solution. Here's the results I was able to get. Did I give them something like that? Did I pitch them on the Splash program properly? Did I show them everything that the Splash program could do? All the steps that we're going to take, what's all involved in it? Did I go over everything in here? And share testimonials that are in the back of this. Did I do that? Because the answer is, if I missed any step in that, then whose fault is it that I didn't get the listing? It's mine, simply put. And if I did do all that, was there something else that I could have done in that presentation to set myself apart from my competition? Maybe I didn't get it because I didn't share YouTube videos of past listings. And here's a hint for everybody that's in real estate that could be watching this. Are you doing videos on your listing? Because I'll flat out tell you that I've walked out of that house where there's a line of agents coming in after me. And as I'm walking down the driveway, I'm sending them a YouTube of a home that I sold down the street with me standing in front of it, doing a video shoot on it, and having them text me back out, yeah, when they leave, I'm signing with you. While that other agent's standing in the house right in front of them. So I have to ask myself on every single appointment, do I do everything possible? Is it an economy issue or is it a me issue? Pretty much that simple. So why are you doing social? Why are you trying to get attention to your business? Why are you trying to get attention to yourself? I talked about how I'm trying to get Bang Energy Drinks attention, and I've done that in the last several weeks. You've seen content on my podcast where I'm literally drinking Bang Energy Drink, and for no compensation whatsoever, I'm talking about it. Now, are we done deal yet on anything yet? No, the paperwork's there. Got to fill out, got to see if we're fit or not. But I never would have had that opportunity if I hadn't been willing to talk about how delicious black cherry vanilla is. How delicious Bang Energy Drink is. Absolutely love black cherry vanilla. What are you doing to get others' attention? What are you doing to bring attention to yourself? What are you doing to promote yourself? Those are the three things I want you to think about after watching this phenomenal Dad's Rules podcast. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like, share, comment, leave a review, feedback, all of the above. It all helps the show grow. Hit the swag shop. Help a brother out. Get cool ass swag like this on the site, dadsruleswag.com. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.